Hey everybody, Miley McKay here, and today I decided to show you a DVD player that I worked on. And you might be wondering, well, what do I mean by worked on? Well, I actually took the time to take this apart and fix it. This was my grandmother's DVD player, one of her old ones. She has one now. She has a better one now. But this was an old one that she had that I got from my neighbor. When he when he left his house, he abandoned his house. This, he didn't give a crap what happened to the stuff in there, so me and my dad went over there and took some stuff to get it out of there because he said we could, and I took this because I thought I could use it. Well, unfortunately, I let my grandmother use it because I had a Blu-ray player at the time, the same one I have now. I still use it, and unfortunately when I was trying to help my grandmother move her TV and everything into her bedroom, I dropped this player and broke it. Well, it didn't take me long to think that I could probably fix it, so I took another DVD player, which was the same one, just black, which is where this remote came from. You might wonder, why do I have this remote with this one? Well, they all work the same, and I only discovered that because my stepdad used to run a motel when I lived in Myrtle Beach in South Carolina, and these are the same DVD players they would buy for the motel, these same ones. And he used to give them to me all the time, and so because I had a bunch of them, I would have a remote from a previous one I had, and it would still work with it. So I learned that they all work the same with the same players, which they do, and I figured that out. And I got the remote here. I got some extra batteries in case the ones that are in it don't work. And I also got this big TV here because I thought that today, hey, you can see my reflection. And no, I'm not wearing a shirt. It's hot in my house. Give me a break. It is though. It's like really hot in my house. Well, it's not super hot. Where I am right now in this room, where I'm about to make sure this thing still works, because after I repaired it, I only checked it once, and I haven't made sure that it still worked. So I'm here to make sure. I decided to show you guys what I was while I was doing this. But it's not so hot in my house, but in this room it is, because there's no circulating air or anything like that, because there's no, I mean, we have fans going around the house because our air conditioning broke, but we don't have one in here, so it's very warm in here. It's not super hot, but you know, it is what it is. Anyways, I thought I'd take you guys along with me while I made sure this still worked, and I show you what I did to fix it. So let's get on to that. Let me open this up and I'll show you what I did. So when opening this thing up, all it is 2 screws. I already took this one out. But you take this last one out here, and then you should be able to. Hold on a minute. Anywho, it's a bit difficult to get the lid off, but once you get the top part off, you can see down in the player. Now, the reason I fixed this is because I wanted to have like an extra player, because most of my collection is DVDs. I don't have that many Blu-rays. I have a lot more now than I ever thought I did. Most of those come with DVDs, so it's one of those things. And my grandmother had another DVD player at that time, so I could rip apart some of her old ones and mess around with it and see what I could do. Just what I did with this. I didn't really rip it apart. I took the lid off like I just did for this. I replaced this piece. You put the ribbon cable back on there. I replaced the drive, like the actual drive entirely, this entire black piece here. That's comes out through here. Replace the drive, and I did that because the original drive that was in this player was broken. Basically, what had happened is I dropped on the floor when trying to help my grandmother move her TV, the only TV she has in the house, into her room. The only TV she has in the house that's hers, in her room. And I knocked the player off the counter, trying. You can actually see that the power cord comes out right here. It's just slotted in place. When the plastic clamps over it, it holds it in place. But anywho, it had fallen. I knocked it off the counter. I didn't want to tell her, and it landed in such a way that it busted the original drive in this. And so the drive would not open, the tray would not come out, and nothing like that. So I took the drive out, which was not difficult, but if you've never taken apart a DVD player, it can be kind of tricky, because I didn't really know what I was doing at first, but then I realized I had to take out other stuff first before I did that. I had to remove, like I said, I had to remove this chip, which I did. And actually, the funniest thing is, if you notice, you see the one screw in here? Keeps it pretty tight down. Well, when I first opened this up and I had to replace this, the one that was in here before, actually I didn't replace it, I just had to screw it down tighter. That's right, I didn't replace it. I have an extra one, just in case. But I didn't replace it. That's right, I had to tighten this down because this was supposed to be screwed to the thing back here, and it wasn't. It wasn't screwed down or tightened or anything like that. It was just loose in there. I had to pop some of these cable ribbons back into it, but that was after, because I had to take this out and then unscrew the drive through these huge nose screws. That one there, another one there, and there's some on the other side. You can see it right there. And I had to pull the whole drive out, and then take this drive, which came from another player, the same player, but it was a black one, and plop the drive in there, because the drives are all the same. Put the drive in there, hook the ribbon cable back to it, put the ribbon cable onto this, screw this down, put it back in place, and then close the player up and plug it in and test it out. I haven't had a chance to actually test it to really make sure everything's going well. I haven't really messed with this at all, actually, so. Another thing you'll see soon on my channel, by the way, because I'm doing this because I was thinking about it. I have a VCR, an old VCR. You know, hold on a minute. Hold your water. Like VHS tapes. I have an old VCR. I can actually use these now. But the only problem with that is I can't get the picture on screen for that one. I actually have to wait. I have to wait till later this week when I get some money. Go buy an adapter for it. But I'm still gonna show you guys. I'm still gonna show you guys this. Make sure it still works. I would show you what this looks like opening and closing with the thing open, but I'm afraid to get shocked. So, and you can see the little capacitors in here. If I plug this in the wall and stuck my hand down in here, it would shock me really bad. It wouldn't kill me, but it probably wouldn't kill me, but it wouldn't feel good. So we're just gonna stick the lid back on here. We're gonna something you'll probably find interesting is when I actually originally took this part, I took this part off because I couldn't get the tray out without doing that. Like I couldn't get the drive out without taking this off. And it comes off nice and simple. You see it's got the little clasps at the bottom there. It just slides right off. But you have to unscrew the drive first and then you do it. just put that back on there and put the screws back in. Okay, so now what we're going to do is plug this into the wall. Oh, wrong way. I have weird outlets at my house. I don't know. That's in, I think. Turns on. Make sure the tray still pops out because I'm not 100% positive. And yes, that's my feet. I'm squatting on the floor right now. Yep. Now, the TV. And I already have the AV cables hooked up because my Goosebumps book spilled over there. I did that in a hurry trying to get this in here because I was trying to use this. I wonder, why are there channel things on there? No signal. Well, because this used to be a hotel TV. My dad used to work at Hampton Inn, not far from where I live. Hampton, sorry. I used to work at a Hampton hotel not far from where we live. And when he was working there, they would often throw out TVs just because they couldn't figure out how to use them. This is one of those TVs. You hear that static? That's the shit for the power. So make sure I'm doing this correctly. Oh. Whoopsie. Must have hit the button. Hold on. This TV's weird. Yep. Nice. I mean, it looks like shit on this screen because of how big it is, but I'm pretty sure if you put a disc in, it'll probably even that out. Is that you could probably switch the picture to even that out. I don't know. Let's test it out though. Let's see. I got plenty of material to work with, clearly. It's a movie I can use. Try this one. What is that? That's the Children of the Corn remake. Alright. Let's see if I'm gonna turn the volume down. I don't want this to be super loud. So pre-warning, the picture is going to be crap because this is like an HD TV and I'm putting a shitty DVD on it. Pre-warning before I get copyright claim, this is an Anchor Bay DVD. I'm just using it for the test. I do not claim ownership. I claim ownership of the physical DVD itself, not the film rights. Which is actually why I have the audio down, because I don't want... works just fine. Picture's crap, but it works fine. I wonder if I could do something about that. There, that's why. It wasn't on 16:9, now it looks better. Yeah, it works just fine. I know I don't have the audio on. If you really want to hear it, I can... Yeah, the audio is kind of crap on this TV anyways, but it's cool, it works. Well, that's about it for today. If you guys want to see a video on the VCR, which I'm gonna try to put out anyways when I get the adapter, you might wonder, why do you need an adapter? Well, because my other TV that I actually watch movies on, my Roku TV, only has HDMI. It has an adapter port for AV, and it has an input for AV, but there's no actual AV on it, and the VCR I have is a lot like this DVD player. It uses AV cords, but in order to do that, I have to go to Walmart and get an adapter that plugs into my HDMI port. Picture's gonna be crap because, VHS, but it'll still be fun to mess with. Still be fun to watch certain movies I still have on VHS. Still cool to delve into this on here. And in fact, I think from now on, since I know damn well this TV's not gonna be moving out. Look at that, you can see the weird sparkly color. I know damn well since I'm not gonna be moving this TV out of here anytime soon. If you guys want, I can use this TV and this DVD player to use footage from movies to talk about movies I've bought. If you think that's cool, to update my reviews and shit. Very glad this thing works, though. Very glad to see it still works, even though after the modifications I made. Well, not modifications, but the changes I made. It's funny, too, because the DVD player, I took the drive that's in this from. Well, there wasn't really much wrong with the DVD player. It's just the circuits, whatever they're called, the little motherboard. The motherboard, that's what it was, a little motherboard, and it was fried. Because it got wet. Because I guess my grandmother smelled something on it. This one didn't get fried. This one just got, the drive got busted. The only shitty thing that ever happened to this one was because I dropped it and like I said, the drive busted. Well, than that, and there was another little shitty thing. My grandmother didn't know how to hook up, she didn't really know how to hook up AV cords on this. So when she used this, she hooked them up wrong, so her TV constantly buzzed wildly because it wasn't the right hookups. So it was one of those things, I can't do it now, I don't think, because the TV's off, but it would, like the sound it made earlier when I was plugging those in, it did that. Except constantly, because she didn't hook it up right. and it was loud. Like it was really loud. Anyways, that's all I got for today, so I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.